Welcome back. So the question is going to be, how do you start a service from your existing purchase? How do you find these people who really need what it is that you have in terms of a specialty? And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking for those people ahead of time, obviously, who have product launches related to what you want to offer. You want to make sure if you're going to offer a special in terms of a particular membership site and it's related to a particular product launch, you want to be the person to offer that service. And so you need to have an eye on sites like MunchEye, on sites like JV Notify Pro, what's actually happening. You want to do it ahead of time if possible, and then you want to be able to go to that vendor and you want to go first in providing value to them. And so you want to make sure that you have the value to offer them, but you want to go first. You don't want to come to them and expect that they're just going to give you a spot on their download page. You want to make sure that you have already offered them some kind of value. This might mean that you're going to have to establish some kind of partnership or relationship prior to their actual launch. And quite frankly, this is not going to sit well with all marketers, especially if they don't know you. You're going to have to ask nicely. And then you're going to have to be okay with no. And the first time that you actually approach someone about this, it's likely that you're going to get a lot of no's. You don't need a lot of yeses in order to make a particular service work. And you haven't lost anything by asking the question. So when you go to a marketer, you go to someone who's got a product launch coming together or a series of product launches, you want to be able to offer them that service. If you need to, show them what it is that you can do. And then you keep asking until you get a yes. That means if you have to ask the vendor for on their next product launch, you go back and you ask them again. Or if you need to continue to ask other vendors, other people who have product launches, you keep asking until you get a yes. Now again, what you're doing is you're just setting up a service, you're setting up a system where you are asking people who already have products that are coming out that you can either be on their download page or that you can be someplace in their members area so that they know that you can offer the service. And it's actually a benefit to the vendor when they have a particular part of their product or what they're teaching and they need someone that can set other people up. It's actually a benefit to them because it helps their customers. And this is important. Don't rely solely on marketplaces like Freelancer and Upwork. Some of the best opportunities are going to come outside of those traditional marketplaces. You might find success in the Warrior Forum, but you're going to be able to find success by developing personal relationships with other marketers and other vendors who are actually looking to get products in the marketplace, but may or may not want to develop a particular service. And that's the way this is going to work. Develop personal relationships. And again, you want to do this in the way that you want to treat people the other way that you want to be treated. So if someone says no, that's not what I'm looking to do, or they say no, please don't ask me anymore, then don't ask. But develop the kind of relationship with other marketers where they feel or they sense that you are the kind of person that they would want their customers to be around. And be willing to do this for the insider edge. So in some cases, you might not necessarily get the best spot on a download page, but in a lot of cases, what's going to happen is someone's going to offer you the ability to offer the service, and you're going to see the inside of someone else's operation. And sometimes this is more valuable than actually getting a customer. You're going to actually see the inside of a product launch from very experienced marketers, and this will be a help to you in other areas of your internet marketing business. So what are you going to need in order to turn their purchases into services? You're going to have a skill in the trade in some way, shape, or form. And that means that you're going to have to be able to do something that people value. Maybe you can put together graphics. Maybe you can do WordPress. Maybe you can actually do webinars. You need to have some kind of skill. And one of the best places to go is the Warrior Forum to start thinking about, well, what kind of services do people want? What kind of services are people looking to buy? You can actually go and determine that before you start figuring out where you're going to offer a skill. But if you already have something that you do well, and maybe you just haven't been able to figure out how to put it into a product, this is a great way of being able to monetize that skill. Of course, you need to have the equipment to offer the skill. So if you're going to do voiceovers, make sure that you've got the best miking system. Make sure if you're going to do course creation, make sure that you've got Camtasia or ScreenFlow and the ability to edit videos. You need to have the equipment to offer the skill. You also need to have fair and reasonable pricing. Now, you don't need to be a partner to a vendor and then you want to offer outrageous pricing, even if you're going to give them a commission. You want to do this in a way that's fair and reasonable to their customers so that they feel good about introducing you to their customers, so that the customer feels good about buying from you. Again, your pricing should be fair and reasonable. You want to have leverage from personal relationships. So when you actually go into this, again, this just goes back to talking to people about what it is that you do so that they know that they can offer your service to them. And again, this is going to come back to how you're getting along with other marketers and other vendors. And of course, you need to get something to offer to get more leverage. So if you're going to offer the marketer is going to get a spot on your you're going to get a spot on the marketer's download page. What's going to happen is you want to give that marketer something in return. You want to be able to offer that marketer something. Maybe you're going to do a future promotion for them if you have a list. Maybe you're going to give them some kind of free part of your service. You're going to do some of that service for them. Offer something to them to get more leverage. They'll be more willing to actually give you the spot and introduce you to their customers. And here's something that is kind of key that's related to everything that has been said. Start looking at the things that you purchase as a partner list. So when you start looking at some of the things that you've bought, you want to start looking at these people as potential partners. If you thought well enough that the product is something that you want, well, more than likely there are going to be other people who have bought it also. And then if you can actually do something with that product and you can actually help people, this is going to be someone that you want to partner with. And lastly, you're going to need to know when and how to say no when you are offering a service. Now, you are going to be a freelance service. You're not necessarily going to be a service that's going to be at will. You want to give people the opportunity to contract with you. You want to give people the opportunity to pitch their product to you, but you don't want to say yes to everything. And so you want to have the ability to either shut down your service when you get too busy, or if too many orders are coming in, you want to be able then to say that you are full or that your calendar is full. In some cases, this is going to mean that you want to be able to offer an appointment calendar. So then make sure that you know when and how to say no, and that is built into the business and the service that you are offering. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now in this video, we're going to be discussing attracting people to your list and to your products. Now, the single biggest key is to start with the market, not with the PLR. So, for example, if you buy Facebook PLR, you don't necessarily want to go out to market that Facebook PLR. You want to start with, well, where is the market? What is it that the market is requiring? What is it that they desiring? What is it that they have questions about? Because that is the way that you're going to be able to take whatever you have on your hard drive, whatever you have in your inventory, and then you're going to be able to adapt that to the market and have a sellable product, even if you have to change the PLR. And so the question is going to be, what do you need to respond to the market? And how will you respond? In other words, what will make it a no-brainer for me to opt in to get your report or video about whatever the subject matter is? So if you understand your market, you understand what it is that they're looking for, you can then start to determine what kind of report, what kind of video, what can you take from your PLR in order to give me so that I will want to opt into your list without question. And of course, now one of the things that you're going to be using in order to get people to that opt-in page is targeted, specific content and blogging or platform content, which will show people how to solve their particular problem. In other words, we are responding to the market. We're getting a sense for what it is they want to know, what it is they want to solve. We can also, of course, use paid advertising. We are going to be able to get them to look at an ad, to click over to our opt-in page, and then to attract them onto our list with something fantastic. Once again, making sure that it's a no-brainer. And of course, we can also use pre-sale video. And in all cases, we can use all three of these things. All three of these things actually go together. Content, advertising, video, because the video is actually in and of itself search content. We can also use pre-sale audio and podcasting. So if you primarily deliver great content using podcasting or audio, you want to consider using podcasting or interviews. You can also use JV and collaboration. Now, this is the more advanced strategy, but if you can create an alliance where you can either be on someone's download page, or if you want to create a product together with someone, you can then start to bring people onto your list through collaboration. You'll have more people coming to your product as a result of your partnership. And of course, one of the things that you can do to attract people onto your list is to use what's called the product creation snowball. And that's where you're going to repeatedly create products that people are going to come in small numbers, but as they come, they then start to become part of your list. So you're not really concerned necessarily about having a big launch. You're going to do lots of little launches. You're going to do them in places like Warrior Plus, in a place where you're going to be able to get a lot of attention, a lot of eyeballs onto your particular offer, and then you will build your list gradually. Of course, in all these cases, you're going to use your rights products for all of these, even the product creation snowball, as you begin to make unique products with them. You're using your PLR in order to build your list and to create momentum with buyers, create momentum with prospects. But ultimately, this is very important. This has been mentioned before. If you want to have profit where people are coming to your site and you are not chasing them, you and I will need to create a platform. That's going to be something where we're going to be giving people on a regular basis the information that they are seeking to achieve their goals and to solve their problems. And we're going to have to do that with something unique in the marketplace. And it is going to have to help them to get their goals. In most cases, you can focus on problems, but eventually, if you want people to come back to you over and over again, you and I have to help people to accomplish their goals with our content. We do this on a regular basis. We're going to be able to use our PLR in different ways in order to give people what they want and to create products and to attract people into our marketing funnel so that we can sell them the things that will actually meet their needs. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Part 4, turn your products into affiliate marketing promotions. Affiliate marketing is a great way to make use of your existing purchases, again, regardless of what the intent was or what the product actually does. Now, when you buy a product and the price point is $27 and higher, one of the things that you can do, and routinely you probably should do, is to consider becoming an affiliate. But the fact of the matter is that any product you have, you should apply to be an affiliate and not just in the internet marketing niche. Now, one of the things is if you don't know the affiliate, sometimes you can end up being placed on what are called delayed commissions, especially when that is JVZoo. Just expect that to be part of the process if you're just getting started. And sometimes, actually, you'll actually even be turned down by the affiliate. Now, that's just part of the process. You should not be discouraged by that, nor should you not pursue this way because that's going to happen. Now, there are a number of ways for you to be able to promote the product as an affiliate. Now, there are going to be some things that you are going to want to put in place before you start down this path of becoming an affiliate for any product, let alone the product that you are actually using as a marketer. Now, here are the things that you're going to want to have in place. You're going to want to have a website or blog or fan page or some video channel. You need to have a home base or some place where someone can come and experience your content on a regular basis. Now, this can be any of these things. It can be a podcast. It can be something where you are building a platform and you are distributing content. You are going to want to have an autoresponder in place. That means that you can do list building. That means that you can actually have the people on a regular basis, that you can send them an email, and that you can then start to market to them other products and services. You are going to want to have capture pages, mainly because you want to use them to capture new leads as well as to segment your email marketing list. You're going to want to know a little HTML because you're going to need to make a few changes to a sales page, and sometimes it's time prohibitive for you to have to go and outsource this. If you can get in and do a little HTML, edit some of your pages right away to make quick changes in order to test and tweak, this is going to be to your advantage, especially as an affiliate marketer. You're going to want to have some page building software because you're going to have to build bonus pages. You're going to build some bridge pages, and these are going to be the things you're going to need in order to do that. You're going to want to have a range of relevant bonuses. So you're going to want to have lots of things that you can use as bonuses in various products. And again, not all bonuses you're going to put in every product, but sometimes you just want to have a few relevant bonuses for any kind of product that you are going to be promoting. You want to be able to rebrand graphics, and sometimes that's going to mean a piece of software. Sometimes that's going to mean that you understand Photoshop, but you need to be able to rebrand graphics. You want to be able to create a video when you need to. So that's typically going to mean you're going to want to have Camtasia or ScreenFlow or some kind of screen capture software where you are going to be able to create a bonus video showing people what they're going to get as an affiliate, or even to do a product demo. Now, here's what you are going to want to do in order to turn your purchases into affiliate marketing opportunities. You're going to want to create some optimized content on your blog or your channel or whatever you're using to create content. Now, this is pretty much going to mean that you want to draw and attract people to their problem by specifying some topics that you're going to talk on that your product is actually going to solve. So that means you're going to make sure that your title is optimized in whatever your content is. Your description needs to have keywords. It needs to be attractive to the people that you're going to want. You want to use tags when they are available. Then you are going to want to do a product review with your results. Again, this comes back down to your being able to create your own results, because those results are actually going to make your selling of it as an affiliate lots more attractive than if you just promoted it without knowing what's in the product. Make sure to set up a bonus page with a graphical representation of what you're going to be providing. So this means that if you have product boxes and software boxes or the images of them, you can place those on the bonus page. That's going to be more attractive to your potential customer than if you just told them what they are going to be getting. You want to direct the traffic to your bonus page. Make sure that you're using copywriting. When you do that, make sure that your page sells them on your bonus. It sells them on clicking through to see the next page. So you have got to make sure that they are interested enough in your bonus and getting it in order to click through to the next page where they are going to want to see the offer. Make sure that that offer is going to convert, but you want to do a great job of pre-selling based on what the sales page is going to be telling them. Now, if you're going to be sending traffic from paid advertising, use an exit pop so that you can collect the leads that you're going to be getting. When you do that, make sure you're promising them a new bonus. Make sure that you're opting them in when you get that cold traffic, and then make sure that you promote the product in an email explaining the benefits. So again, traffic is coming from paid advertising. You want to make sure that minimum, they don't want the product, that you at least capture them as leads so that you can maximize your ROI. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. In conclusion, now hidden in everything that you buy are multiple opportunities to generate leads and make sales, and that really is the point of what you want to do or what you want to take away from this course. You want to always buy products and services in line with your brand, your unique selling proposition, and your infrastructure. So in other words, if you were a furniture store, you wouldn't put off buying inventory or retail space or electricity. And so you want to think about your internet marketing business in the same way. If you decided on a particular direction, don't make the purchases that keep you from making the special purchases that you must make in order to have the things you need to do for your particular line of business. So think about how you are going to be able to build your brand and then avoid doing things that are going to keep you from building that brand. So what we've been talking about here are things that you can do to take your existing purchases, to monetize them and turn them into passive sources of income. And we talked about turning your purchases into services. We talked about turning webinars into products. We talked about turning your purchases into products themselves using the 7P method. We talked about turning your purchases into affiliate promotions. We talked about webinar and workshop jacking. We talked about PLR hijacking, in other words, using it so that we can have various ways of drawing people into our marketing funnel. And then we talked about turning our products into list building opportunities. Now, we want to end our session today by talking about avoiding substitutes. Now, in the book Peak by Anders Ericsson, he talked about the fact that deliberate practice is how you're going to improve your profit. So in other words, the only thing that's really going to improve you as an entrepreneur, as a marketer, is making sure that you do over and over again the things that are going to make you successful, learning from your mistakes. So you're going to have to go through repeated attempts to try different things. You're going to have to make sure that you're getting feedback. And sometimes that feedback is pretty direct. You either made sales or you didn't. You either generated leads or you didn't. But what you want to do is you want to be careful in thinking that you can substitute a software purchase for practice. In other words, the software is not going to do the work for you. It's not going to learn for you. It's not going to understand for you. You're still going to have to do the work. So as you use software, as you purchase software, you want to make sure it's a complement to what you're trying to do to get to your goal and not as a replacement for doing the hard work and understanding your market. For example, no software is going to make Facebook ads profitable all by itself without having us pay for someone to understand it or without us understanding it ourselves. We still have to do the work. We've got to pay someone in order to do it. In the business book, Blue Ocean Strategy, the authors talked about the fact that entrepreneurs have to understand where the market is and then offer something that isn't currently there. So you and I have to understand what sells. We have to understand what's really desired because people buy what they want and not what they need. And we have to understand that PLR is raw material. In and of itself, it probably is not going to sell out of the box in great numbers, but if we can turn it into what people want, we're going to be able to generate more sales. We have to be careful in thinking that we can substitute PLR for understanding our market and doing the work in meeting the market needs. Now, in the book Deep Work, the author talked about the fact that most of us fail to get the most out of work time due to distractions that we think might actually be work. So we have to schedule our interactions. We have to make sure that interaction is focused on a particular subject or a goal. And in most cases, we're going to need to get someone who can give us guidance, some kind of coach or direction. So we want to be careful in thinking that what happens inside of a group, social media group, Facebook group in particular, is going to turn into profit all by itself. Much of what we discussed there will go away due to distraction. We need focused and scheduled interaction, and we need to make sure that we're getting feedback from someone who understands the process. Now, lastly, in the book Smarter, Faster, Better, the author talked about the fact that for us to make concrete changes, we need to do things that put us in the driver's seat. He called that concept locus of control. So we need to be able to answer the question, what do we need to do in the next 7 days in order to accomplish our goal? And so we have to back into what has to happen every day. And so we have to begin to think about what's our minimum viable activity. The one thing that we can do in order to separate what we're doing from a hobby to really turning it into a business is there must be something that without doing, we cannot consider our day complete. So there should be some minimal viable activity that really does lead to your creating more profit. So we want to be careful in thinking that buying a course is making the decision. We have to go ahead and make the decision as to where we're going in our business and then to do those things that will take us there on a daily basis. We have to make the decision first about where we're going and what we need before we start buying so that we can buy the things that are going to lead us to accomplish our goals on a regular basis. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you either in another video or in another course.